Bonjour and hello. This is round 6 of the 2010 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, and we're at the Circuit de Saint-Julie, just outside of Montreal, Quebec. Fellas, start your engines.
All right, race fans, welcome to Saint-Julie, Quebec, and one of the finest tracks you're going to see in the country. This is round 6 of Monster Energy MotoVision, of course, brought to us by the fine people at Monster, MXP Magazine, YamahaMotor.ca, Thor, Lucas Oil, Brian Costa, Mark Shavers, and here we go, telling you what, we got a completely different track from what we saw last week in the Gopher Dunes, but one of our favorites. We haven't been here since 2009, Fabs, and we've got ourselves a great day. A couple of big stories that are out there. Let's get into it.
Yeah, big stories are no Sean Rife this weekend. Achilles tendon is bothering him. He pulled out the second moto at Gopher Dunes. Didn't seem like he was limping much at the end of the day, so real backstory there, but he's not here. Big story is our own Ryan Gold is riding that very bike that Sean Rice's been ripping up the Nationals on. Goldie's wearing number 107, and he qualified around 15th fastest.
Perfect. Okay, in the MX1 class, we've got an international motocross star racing here today on the brand new KTM 350. Mike Brown is in the house.
Yeah, Brownie's here, and this track suits that 350 KTM perfectly. It's not a lot of deep ruts here. There was a threat of rain last night, so the track builders didn't till super deep. Just to err on the side of caution, you know what happens, you till deep and it rains, then we're in a quagmire. So they were very conservative with the track build. Now it's playing right into Mike Brown's hands, who had the fastest qualifying time to the last lap when Dusty Class beat him out. So Brown is hauling butt, we know he's in shape, and this track really suits that 350. So some variables that we're not used to seeing in MX1.
So MX1 fastest qualifier, Dusty Clad. MX2 fastest qualifier, Tyler Medaglia. But in that MX2 class, keep your eyes open for the Golden Goose, number 107, Ryan Gauld.
He's number 107 in the program, but he's number 1 in our hearts. Gauldy's riding MX2 Moto 1.
Okay, special treat, MotoVision fans. Look who's in the house with Traz and Fabs, taking care of some business. First MX2 Moto. Now, Fabs, you were calling the shots for Moto X Radio live to the internet, so you had the great vantage point. Talk to us about what you saw out there, because again, the Cowies out front with Spencer Knowles getting the whole shot, and then some cluster of passes right off the bat.
Yeah, Teddy Mayer right in the mix, so those guys pulled out quick. Richard Gray was right up in there in the mix. He finished like 3rd, 4th, and of course, Kevin Benoit, Quebec native, ripping it up, and took a few turns for Benoit to get by Richard Gray, but once he did, he kind of gapped him a bit. Tyler Medaglia with a terrible start, Travis. He came from way back in the pack, and then we saw Jeremy get hung up in the gate. So Jeremy Medaglia played catch up from like last. Goldie with a great start on that 107 leading edge Kawasaki. He was 4th, 5th off the gate, and held that position for several laps.
Yeah, he did actually. We were following the Golden Goose for quite a while out there. He ended up finishing 13th, but he looked great in doing it, and I know he was having a lot of fun out there. He told us, actually, after the race was over, that he thought it was some conditioning, top 10 finish for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, again, like Medaglia getting into 3rd, championship still in grasp for him. Teddy Mayer coming back from a bad weekend, winning and with some authority. But again, Benoit cheering, letting the home fans, giving them something to cheer about out there, because he was impressive.
He really was, and he stuck with Teddy Mayer for many, many laps. He was only a couple seconds back. Once they got into lappers, is when they started to gap. And the lappers out here, it takes a while to catch them, but once you do, they're in huge packs. And as you say, Travis, big packages of lappers, and some of the tighter corners down in the bottom, quite one line. So it really kind of made it hard to get around them. And it's a fast track, not super technical, so everybody's kind of going fast out there. There's not a lot of real huge areas to really separate the skill level. So everyone's going pretty fast. But I want to comment on a bad start for Kyle McGlynn. Him and Fitzgerald came from way back. They were with each other for a lot of the race, freight training and interchanging positions. A bit of a tepid moto start for Eric Nye, who eventually got up in the mix, finally passed Galdi going on. But it was nice to see the number 10 of Tim Tremblay back, and he's a big guy, and he's riding that MX2 bike. I think by Moto's end, he got up to like 7th. And Galdi held all those guys up for quite a while, so it is the conditioning. Galdi's got the speed. Of course, first day ever on that bike, so we got to give huge props to Galdi. But also a great moto for Richard Gray. He held on to 8th, succumbing to Tim Tremblay on the last lap.
In the late 70s, I was a pro motocross racer and the son of an artist. I applied my own talent with a paintbrush and began painting helmets for guys like Danny Magoo Chandler and Jeff Ward. I have my own race team now.
How we coming?
And I run Lucas High Performance Motorcycle Oil. Whether it's painting or racing, I demand the best. Lucas. I work for the world's fastest racers.
Proud sponsor of the Lucas Oil AMA Motocross Championship Series.
It's gonna be a monster! The Monster Energy Motocross Nationals are coming!
Sunday, August 1st at the Riverglade MX track outside of Moncton.
The gate drops at noon for an awesome 5 hours of extreme action sports racing you'll never forget! Get up close to the most intense hole shot! Bar-to-bar battles and huge air! Check CMRCRacing.com! The Monster Energy Motocross Nationals!
Sunday, August 1st, Riverglade MX Park, just outside of Moncton.
Race goes rain or shine!